expecting to vote on a back-to-school plan next Monday. 2 Works for You is dedicated to giving you the latest stories on school safety through Project Safe Schools. This morning, we're following the money.
That's right. The Federal CARES Act gives Governor Kevin Stitt control of a nearly $40 million fund meant for emergency education relief. He's giving $10 million of those dollars to private schools.
The governor announcing earlier this month the Stay in School Oklahoma Fund, where 1,500 Oklahoma families will get more than 6,000 federal tax dollars to help pay private school tuition. Our Project Safe Schools reporter Tatiana Taylor is asking the question, why? Tatiana?
Corey, Travis, good morning. Now, the governor's website says that Stay in School Fund is meant for families who have financially been hit by COVID-19 so they can keep their students in their private schools. Now, the release says the funds will go to low-income families, and parents can apply for up to $6,500 to keep their students in private schools like Holland Hall right here in Tulsa.
I think sometimes people forget just how much money goes into running a school.
Kara Butler has 2 first graders at Holland Hall, and as a small business owner, she says her family took a financial hit from the pandemic.
There are many children that have reasons that make the private school option better for them, and that doesn't necessarily mean that their family can afford the full tuition.
Butler says it was hard to decide whether or not to send her children back to school this fall, but she knows Holland Hall will keep her kids safe.
It's been a very interesting time for me as far as trying to decide what's best for my kids. But I know that Holland Hall has put some great steps in place so that they can keep the kiddos safe.
While Holland Hall may keep Butler's kids safe, education advocates are calling out the governor for his spending, saying those funds would be better spent on public schools.
It's disheartening and quite frankly, unbelievable that the governor would specify such large amounts of money to go to private schools, private entities, nonprofits, when 91% of our school children attend public schools in Oklahoma.
And with the first day of school just around the corner, Alicia Priest says she doesn't believe the public schools of Oklahoma are ready.
Our schools don't have the materials that they need. They don't have the PPE. They don't have the cleaning equipment. They don't have all of those things that are necessary to have a safe start to school. And Governor Stitt could have been the hero here.
Priest says Oklahoma Education Association sent the governor's office a letter explaining what they needed to start school this year before these funds were allocated. And while Stitt gave over $30 million for the Education Relief Fund to public school families and schools, Priest says it's still not enough.
We are appreciative of the funds that are going to come to public schools, and it should have been more.
Private school mom Kara Butler tells me she wishes all school systems could work together during this tough time.
As families consider all the different options, that they should remember that just like they have to make a difficult decision for their family, so do the families of private school students.
That $10 million comes from the GEAR Fund, and that's the governor's emergency education fund. And while it's only helping private schools, we do have some great news for public school families. You can still apply for some of that GEAR Fund money, and for the upcoming school year, another $8 million of that fund goes towards anyone who wants to apply to get some extra supplies like computers and online tutoring. And for parents who need to apply to that private or the public school funds, you can go to this story on our website at kgrh.com. Live in Tulsa, I'm Tatiana Taylor, 2 Works for You.